Hello everyone, Railgan here again. Today we're going back to the beginnings of this YouTube channel and we're going to do what I originally started with, which is help people on AllThingsZerg out. I made a thread on the AllThingsZerg subreddit and asked the players there for some replays, what their strategy in those replays was, what they think went well, what they think went bad. If they have any question, like any specific question in regarding to the game or any other question that they might have. I had 4 submissions on the subreddit over a couple of days and we're going to have a look at all 4 of those replays in this video. And we're going to see if we can help these people out a little bit. So let's get ahead. The first replay was submitted by Curiosikey. Curiosity, let's just call him Curiosity. Difficult name. Strategies. I was mostly trying to react. I went Roach Ravager. We're talking about the CVZ here, by the way, and I was going into Hydra Lurker. He thinks he did fairly well with the scouting in the early game, so he couldn't die to his first hits. He split off some of his army to deal damage and split his attention. However, he didn't judge the army sizes well and committed in some bad places and didn't ever transition to lurkers, so he died. So he wanted to go lurkers but didn't actually get any lurkers out. He asks, how do I make the call on when to transition, and how do I decide to go from 66 to 85-ish drones without dying? So we're going to have a look at this replay right now, and let's get right into the game. Meowru versus Curiosikey. I'm going to speed through this a little bit, like we don't need to watch everything super slow motion. We're seeing a hatch first, hatch pool. Both players going a hatch pool, he goes for a gas. His gas is a little bit later than his opponent's. Kind of curious, but yep. Interesting. Meowru is already going for a very fast +1 melee upgrade. Goes for a spine crawler. What has he seen that could tell him that he needs a spine crawler right now? Maybe he's just feeling a little bit unwell and goes for a spine crawler. This feels like this is a lot of wasted resources. I think he is like, let me check his MMR quickly. What are we looking at here? Yeah, this is like a 3k MMR player, Platinum League. So you see the double evolution chamber, roach warren, spine crawler. He's already down 4 workers. He doesn't get link speed, which is of course, which makes sense. But like this spine crawler, everything, this is a huge investment early on. You don't want to be down in workers like this. He's now down 5 workers because if you take the gases, you also lose workers, right? So he takes these gases but doesn't immediately saturate them, which slows him down even more. And this is a worker that he threw away that does literally, that this does nothing. He also has enough. Let's have a quick look at the way he spends his gas in this game. So he went for the lair, right? Then he made some roaches. Let's have a quick look. When does he see the move out? When does he build the roaches? So right now he's building roaches. When does he see the links, right? So we want to see if this is like a reactionary play or if this is just so he sees the links and starts making roaches. This is his camera right here. The links that he built do literally nothing. Like, it's completely pointless to build this many links and then just keeping them at home, because these are slow links. So like a bane hit will just take them out, and like we saw it right there, one little bane hit, all the links are gone. Not that great. Now the key, if you go for a roach play like this, is to get the upgrades. Roaches with +1 missile upgrade only need 2 hits to kill links instead of 3 hits, which means they do 50% more damage. Huge. Like it's a 50% damage upgrade versus links. If you do not get the +1 missile upgrade and you're going for roaches and your opponent is going links, you're going to lose super badly. But for now, let's see, like the saturation could be a little bit better. The opponent, however, also went for a very low Ling Bane all-in. We're seeing a third base being taken right now, a little bit risky. Like the Zerg is probably just afraid, which is why we went for the spank crawler, but the spank crawler literally wasn't needed at all in this game. If you're building, yeah, there we have it, right? Roaches without upgrades absolutely suck versus Lynx. Now he gets the upgrades, now he cannot defend this third base, or is he? Yeah, he's just going to lose the third, doesn't even cancel it. That's not a very good place to start. Fairly good scouting. He said he didn't judge the army size as well. I think the problem isn't that he didn't judge the army size as well. Well, I don't know what else is going to happen in this game. But as far as I can tell, what this guy doesn't realize is that upgrades are very good for Roaches versus Lingbane. The opponent is going for the lair now, so it's a very late lair. Like it was a huge commitment out of the opponent, but because he had map control for so long, I'm not sure. He should realize that that he has the third base, and he constantly sees the drones moving around, so he knows his opponent is droning. Oh, so he should feel really pressed to actually move across the map. Because right now we're dealing with 25 Lynx and 5 Banelings versus 21 Roaches. But as time moves on, because our Zerg friend Curiosikey is building units and just keeping them at like if you build units and just keep them at home, you just give your opponent a lot of time to get a response ready. Yeah, that's of course was predictable. He also has an overlord here. Do you see this? Yeah, like the overlord tells him everything that's going on. Now we're going for the +2/+2 upgrade. However, see, what was this? We sent some roaches across the map, but this is like half an army. Now you're fighting with roaches into roaches. Because he does have the overseer here, but he never really uses it for scouting. However, at this point in the game, he's up to 70 workers. Getting his 4th base. If he just plays a defensive roach ravager style, I would personally, I don't think the Hydra upgrade is going to help you that much. Like, you don't really want Hydralisks in PvC unless you think your opponent is going Mutas. Which, well, it's possible that this guy goes Mutas because he sees the Ravagers. If you see this many Ravagers, it can't be Mutas. And Hydralisks are garbage anyways. Like, Hydralisks are not really a fighting unit you want until you have like lurkers out. You want lurkers, but you don't want Hydralisks. But you need Hydras to get lurkers. But you only get like 4 or 5 Hydras, turn them into lurkers. Yikes. We'll have a quick look at this fight again once it's over. You only want as many Hydras as you need lurkers. And like let's have a quick look here. What happens here? So how do we get to this position? So this is where you want to fight, right? You have a concave and your opponent has to attack into you. But then he moves his army down here, and his opponent now gets the concave, and he is in the convex, I think this is called. Like he's in the reverse concave, basically attacking into the bigger one. So his opponent, yeah, and of course like the biles here, you have to dodge these. But okay, he didn't dodge them, it's fine. Yeah, this, like, it's just a problem. Like, CVC Roach Ravager battles are very positional based, right? If the difference is just like how you position your units, how you engage into the fight. But right now he's in a very good position. He's getting his hive. If you start, so here's one little trick. If you want to go for a hive, you want to start your lurker den at the same time as you start your hive. So you basically build infestation pit and hydra den at the same time. Then you start your hive and lurker den at the same time. Then they're both done around, like the lurker den and hive have, I think, like the plus minus same build time. Might be a couple of seconds difference, but not too much. But that's what pro players do. Like if you watch Dark, he will build his infestation pit and hydra den at the same time, and then the lurker den and hive. Yeah, here we have another This fight is kind of decent, I think. Like, it could be worse, could be better. But I don't really know, like, why is he out on the map pushing right now? Like, what is he doing? He has some larva. He's not protecting all the bases. You just queue up injects. So you need... Yeah, there we go. Injects are very important because you're... Like, you have enough money to just get injecting. And you asked... Now let's answer a question afterwards, a lurker question. Let's just focus on the game here. Like, the problem is just that you don't spend your money. Like, if you spend this money, you could easily get out 30 roaches. I mean, that would supply block you, but you could basically be maxed, right? And you lose the space once again, like, no reason. Just stand in a proper concave. Like, just position yourself. Have some overlords on the map, speed overlords. Put them on patrol so you know where your opponent is coming from. Yeah, now we take that base. You have enough money to just get, like, you're getting the +3/+3 upgrades down here. You have more than enough money to get lurkers out, right? There's a lurker then now, yeah. 57-second build time. So now your opponent is coming at you with hydras. Now hydras, if you, in an army like this with +3/+3 upgrades, are actually pretty decent. This is a good run by here. Yeah, we have a... Oh, I didn't even look at this. Sorry, I was so involved with the strategy. They didn't finish that off. That's a bit bad. Doesn't finish this. They attack 2 bases, kill a couple workers, and then go home to clean up the defense. But you didn't kill either of the 2 bases. A bit too bad. A bit too sad. Now your opponent has lurkers, so you're like, oh shit, this guy's going for my strategy. If you just build 20 Mutalisks, now he has Vipers. It's a bit too late. But look at your money, dude. Like, look how much money you have. You have so much money, so much time to get out the lurkers. Now you're getting Overlord speed. Oh my god. That was a bit awkward there. But just, this guy's, your opponent is just buying time, and he's going for a very, very gas heavy army. Like, in terms of army value, he's ahead by like 4k right now, so he's probably just going to crush you. Yeah. If you have like 10 lurkers here, you can probably hold this. But now you have Ravagers and Hydras, which is really not what you want. Like, this is not... Hydralisks are glass cannons, they need something to tank. They're a bit better against lurkers than roaches are because they're not armored and they have more range, so it's easier to spread them out. But yeah, like right like this, your Ravagers are glass cannons, your Hydralisks are glass cannons. You do have the counter, of course, going on. Yeah, now you're running down the ramp into lurkers and this guy's just killing you because you didn't bring an overseer. So you lose everything there. Let's see, you're remaxing with Hydralisks now, but you lose all these workers? Oh my god. How is this game so close? What am I watching here? Dude, why didn't you just make some lurkers? You have a lurker then. Even if the lurker upgrades, why don't you just make lurkers instead of attacking into him? Now you're just gonna get A-moved by the lurkers. Okay. Okay. You didn't judge the army size as well. Well, I'm not sure, like, the army sizes weren't really the problem. The problem is not the army size. The problem is, first of all, very early on, the problem was the lack of upgrades. You want to start your +1 missile upgrade ASAP. Also, this opener is just bad. Like, don't do this. Like, if you... Like, okay, so let's see, when does things... Oh, first of all, your gas was late, right? Then the spine crawler is okay, but I mean, maybe you thought he went for okay, like, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you thought you're going to be all in because I think your opponent's hatch was a bit late. Your hatchery is done. His hatchery is late because he went for a pool. Okay, you felt a little bit unsafe. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Spine crawler is okay, but then why do you build these links? If you will see if your opponent is moving out with his links. And if you build these links, okay, you can build the links, but then at least pull them across the map. Like, you're losing a lot in the early game. Then you take the double gas, because you probably say, your build probably says 3 minute 45, take double gas. But you build Like, it's not, you don't take double gas like this, and now you have like a nice amount of roaches, but roaches without +1 missile upgrade absolutely suck. Like, they just get killed by slings. And then you asked, but yeah, you like the scouting, you say you did good scouting, but you didn't react. Like, what are you scouting if there's no reaction? You say, well, I'm scouting. Yeah, you have like the overseer here. You see that he sent drones around for the last 3 minutes. But you have all your roaches at home because this guy is pressuring you with 15 links that get into your base anyways. So like all your defensive posturing does literally do nothing at all in this game, right? And then you said, well, when is a good time to transition? Here you have your Hydra, then you have the infestation pit. If you are on 3 bases, 6 gases, taking a 4th base, get those lurkers out. That's your time. Like, if you're the problem is if your opponent goes Mutalisks, lurkers are going to be a little bit sucky. But if you have 6 gases, 66 lurkers, just get lurkers out. And in CVC you do not want, you can't afford to go for a higher drone count. Like 72 is probably the max that you want. 72 is 16, 32, 48 on minerals, and then 8 gases. That's what you want for a lurker tech army. You don't really want more. You don't, like, you go for 85 workers against Terran, for example, but in CVC, it's all about that Roach Ravager count until you have enough lurkers out. And once you have the lurkers out, you don't really want to, you don't really need drones either. So, like, because at that point, I think you're more than fine with like a 70-ish worker count, because it's going to be hard to get, to defend 5 bases with lurkers as well. So like, don't go above 66 workers. Your worker count is completely fine. This is more than enough workers to get out lurker tech. Because as you can tell, you're already on the way to lurker tech. It's just a bit slow because like your lurker then timing is messed up. And you did get the Hydralisk upgrades, but you're not using them, right? Hope that answered your question. 3 bases, fully saturated, nice Roach Ravager count. Feeling comfortable, take that 4th base. If you want to play defensive, get the lurkers out. A lot of players go for Roach Burrow Harass, but like if your opponent is just going to flood you with Roach Ravager, it's very hard to get them out. Okay, very good. Let's go to the next game, guys. Okay, we're about to enter the second game. This time the submission is by Verku at Work, who is BackToBasics, 4K MMR player. His strategy, normally I would want to play Hydraling Bane, not very comfortable playing Mutaling Bane, but if I get my third block, I usually try to do some 2-base Muta at the start. My man, 2-base Muta, I love the build. Usually I will try to split my army in 2 once I have enough stuff and counterattack with the other half. Every time the Terran moves out, ideally the game ends when the Terran runs out of money due to depleting most of its resources. What do you think went well? Holy moly, this was not a good game. I'm excited. What do you think went bad? I was trying something Pig said in his Bronze to GM series, where if your third gets blocked, you send links across the map to deny enemy bases. Okay. That didn't go too well. Yeah, probably Italians. I also tried to take the other third, which was blocked by an SCV. A fucking big yikes right there. And then only at this point do I realize it's futile to try to take a third, so I go for a very late 2-base Muta, while floating resources like an absolute clown. Any questions? How do I take a third versus people who block 1 base with an SCV and another one with the Reaper? Honestly, I don't think this game is worth analyzing past like the 4-minute mark. Let's have a quick look at the game anyways, right? Any other question? How do I not eat ass against Veto Mines? Very difficult. Very difficult questions by our third player. So, let's see what happens in this game, guys. We have the... We got some drones going, 16 edge. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You got gas pool. Let's see what happens. Alright, he puts 2 drones in gas, 3rd drone in gas. Completely fine. Completely fine. Tries to take a 3rd base here. Reaper's probably gonna go there. So then instead of kill, like, first of all, just kill the SCV with your links. Like, you should have an overlord here anyways. But what Zergs used to do, like when Terrans were very adamant about blocking the Zerg fur base, is you double, like you have enough money to go for a double queen right now anyways. So what you do is you build 2 additional queens once your first queens are done. The links are going across the map, right? This is why they what we see right here is the reason why Terrans do not try to block the fur bases, because the links go across the map and then they start doing damage. And this is actually going well. Like you said, it didn't go too well. Okay, I mean, I guess you're just gonna let them die here or what? But like you're denying mining time, you get like an SCV kill or so. And then, God, yeah, like your queens didn't start immediately. What you do is you just take your queens, send them to the fur base you want to take, and at the very latest, once link speed is done, 3-minute 30 mark, you can take the fur base. You're not really going to lose out on too much, and your first links that you send across the map can actually do quite a bit of damage. So there's what you do in that situation. But, I mean, I don't know, like, this is not over here. In check, your lair is like, wait, this is way too late for a 2-base mute. Yeah, I mean, of course, he didn't mind fully gas. Yeah, it's a bit yikes, but hey, let's see what happens here. Maybe we get a good comeback. What is the Terran doing? Let's have a quick look here so we know what we're dealing with. This is a 2-on-1 with 26 workers in his main base. Like, your Terran opponent is also messing up big time. I know Cody used to play under the name Ariana Grande. If you watch my stream, sometimes you might know Cody. He's the Terran that sometimes shows up. Could definitely be Cody, guys. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so we have the Spire, we have the Baneling Nest. Just getting ready for the Lingbane Muta. Like this build right here should be like 30-40 seconds faster. So you have ample time to defend against this, right? But you're floating resources. Naturally. I'd still no care defense. Spinning. I feel like it went kind of well. Like, why are you running, dude? The Marines are like dead. Literally, just blow them up. Yeah, good. Now you're building links. Like, why are you building links now? You already killed this drop. What are you gonna do with the links? My man, like, what are we seeing here? Now you have these links and do nothing with them. Just now you're building your Mutalisks, but now your Mutalisks are like a minute late because you decided to build 20 links. Like 2-base Muta, well, 2-base Muta is supposed to be a timing thing, right? Now you get attacked here. You did get the Baning Nest. You're getting Baning speed. Your Mutalisks are on an excursion to the top right corner. So your Mutalisks. Okay, let's have a quick look here. The Spire finishes when? Let's analyze this, right? So we have a Spire finishing at 6 minutes. We have Mutalisks building. Mutalisks are moving out at the 7-minute 15 mark. Now we're going to see when the Mutalisks actually start hitting your opponent. Like, imagine if you had Mutalisks here now, you could actually do damage, but instead you sent them. Like, what are you trying to? Are you trying to catch a drop? Maybe. Yeah, you're getting tracked there. So your Mutalisks, from the time your Spire finishes until they're at your opponent's space, it takes you 2 minutes. Like, do you know how long 2 minutes are in the game of Starcraft? In 2 minutes, you earn 2.6k minerals right now. 2 minutes are a longest time. You also get the double Evo chamber, but you're not getting upgrades, you're floating money. But this game is not over, dude. Like, you can win this. Like, your Terran opponent is also messing up big time. Like, just relax, dude. You have to relax. Like, in situations like these, don't panic, just relax. Is getting a planetary at this fur base? Yeah, just double expand. You're doing this correct. Double expand, spread creep. You want creep over here in this area, like you're doing. Like this creep tumor, move it up here. And then, because this is where the next fight will happen. These drones are a bit long distance mine. We're getting the Ling upgrades, already have one Mutalisk upgrade. Might want to have an Overseer with your Mutalisks. Might want to have an Overseer with your Mutalisk, because you did get Overlord speed as well. Very good. Yeah, we see some nice Mutalisk harassment here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, sure, it doesn't do too much, but holy shit, dude. I like the macro hatcheries. You know, like, you realize that you have too much money, so you built the macro hatcheries. But let's check the production tab. Just curious. So, like, right now, your links, when do you build your 12 links here? You're building 4 hatcheries at a time. You build these links at, let's say, the 10-minute mark. A little bit before that. Now, let's see when is the next time you actually build anything. 10:30. So there's like a 30-second gap between your macro cycles. You need to, like, if you're floating this much money, you really have to spend it faster. Now, like, you build like something like every 20 seconds. If you want to be a good player, you constantly build things. Now you spent all your money. Let's see, you also asked, how do I not eat ass against Widow Mines? Let's see if there's going to be any Widow Mine shenanigans here. Oh, oh, oh. Upgrade wise, like, even though your upgrades are hella late, it's still okay. Getting the infestation pit. I was about to say I would get the infestation pit now. Just like, yeah, like, don't. It was like double macro in the main is actually like kind of a lot. But yeah. You have enough larva. And you're seeing the push out. Okay, what do you. Let's see how you. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's go to the BackToBasics camp. I'd call that solid. I'd say that was a good move. And you see that Widow Mine? Oh no! No! Did you not see that it... Oh, that was a good counter though. That's a good...
Cluster expended.
Ah.
Hive cluster under direct assault. Swarm forces under attack.
Yeah, okay. Okay, enough BackToBasics cam. Let's rewatch this. So right here, like, this is good, right? You want to spread out your banelings a little bit more here. You move command at them, which is good. Like, yeah, sure, a lot of banelings died, but now he has exactly one mine that is able to fire. I'm not sure, like, you see this mine, dude. Are you choking here? Like, just, please, just, like, did you not know this mine is gonna fire? If you kill this mine, you would... Ah, no! If you kill this mine, you would kill this army so hard. But you literally blew up your entire army into... Okay, there's another mine at the back here, but like this one is not gonna be the troublemaker. That one mine ruined you. But you had the exact... Like, you did the thing that I do against mines. You take a couple of your units and just move command them in. Or like, maybe attack move with the links or whatever. Spread your banes a little bit, try to get as many Widow Mines as possible. You just missed one. But you see this mine, dude. You see it. You just decided to blow up everything. But I like this counter, dude. This counter was good. Kinda. Well, actually, you threw away a lot of links as well. My god. Okay, it was... Does it burn down? Yeah, like, you could have... A surround is also very strong, but you didn't clear these rocks, so you can't really surround him very easily. And he also has some units at the back that would plot the surround. It's like... Honestly, dude, Widow Mines are a big pain. The reason why I don't play Ling Bane styles against Terran are because Widow Mines are super hard to deal with. This is good here, dude. Okay, that one. Yeah, you send in some links, you pop the... You always want to send in Bane links with your links when you do that. Okay. Ooh, that was good. Not sure if you're actually microing that or if you just A move and they make some lucky hits. Yeah, like if you see him load up, just immediately try to spread. Because if he loads up his units a lot of the times, exactly that is going to happen. And you also want to bring your Mutalisks to the fight and not just have them stand around here. Bear that in mind, please. You still have a lot of money, dude. Now you're making Hydras. Okay, if you make a Hydralisk switch at this point in the game, I have some news for you, dude. That's usually a pretty bad sign. But you have a lot of gas, so I know what you mean. I know what you're onto. And you're doing a really good job at keeping your eco going. Like, even though like there's a lot of questions. Oh, that was too many Banes. Like, you don't want to send in that much. Just send in like 2 or 3. Like, I would. How much do you send in here? I just send in a couple units. It depends how many Marines there are, right? It's always a little bit of a tough guessing game. But you send in like all your Lings and Banes here, and he just shoots at you. That's not what you want. You want him to send in a little bit, you know? Like 4 or 5 Lings, 4 or 5 Banes. So you can maybe make a Bane connection and still trigger his mines or even blow up the mines. But if you just send in everything, it gets kind of tricky. If you want to, you can send in everything, but that's just a very, very risky move. Like, Widow Mines are cheap. Yikes. I hate Widow Mines, dude. I hate them so much. I just play Roach Ravager so I don't have to deal with them. Yeah, I'm probably going to die. Like, you still have a lot of workers, but like I think why didn't you just throw down a lurker then instead and go lurkers behind it? I think that would have worked better for you here. So yeah, you're dead. You're dead. Very dead. What did you say? How do I take... Well, we answered the how do I take a third question, right? You immediately start 2 more queens and send them to your third base. You should start the 2 queens as soon as you see your block. Or I mean, ideally you kind of start the 2 queens anyways and just immediately send your first queens to the third base and either clean it up with Lings or whatever. Or send the Lings across the map. I think the early game was still kind of fine. Like, your layer is a bit late. You could have also just gone for +1/+1 Lings, for example. Like, try to win off the back of a Link timing. But yeah, it was a cool game. I liked it. Like, you had a lot of chances. Like, there were some good, some Mutalisk micro, but as I said, if you go for Mutalisks, you want to have a really crisp timing. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Okay, now we're having a look at the replay by James, or as it's called on Reddit, Snemia. Let's call him Snemia. 3K MMR third player. 3K MMR is, what is that? Platinum. He's fighting against a Terran who's also 3K MMR in Diamond, so I guess it's right on the border. Strategy, 5 Roach Pressure. Isn't that the Lambo build? Let's see, I played that sometimes. I think I make like 4 Roaches in the Ravager, I think. Lambo's 3 MMR build, I think is what it is. Into Muta Pressure, into Roach Lane of 2 to 3 bases. This guy plays exactly how I play in CVT, except that I make 3 Roaches and 5, because I think 5, like usually 3 Roaches and 5 Roaches can do the same thing. The thing that you can do with 5 Roaches is eliminate the bunker, ideally. I was able to force Terran into a much more of a defensive position. Good, I didn't scout the fusion core early enough, so I wasn't fully prepared to handle the BCs. Like, if you go 2-base, I assume this is going to be a 2-base build. 2-base Spire absolutely shits on the good old fusion gameplay. Because you can just make Corruptor. So I wasn't fully prepared to handle the BCs, which I also handled poorly, not transfusing queens. I was playing scared of BCs just jumping into my base, so I didn't go out to it. Just make some Corruptors at home, dude. Some Corruptors, some queens, and you're good. What was the biggest mistake that I made that might have given me a win? How could I even handle early BCs better? Okay, I think we're going to have an easy answer to that. I've only been playing Zerg for a few months, so still getting a feel for when to drone versus when to counterattack versus when to build army. Okay. Boom, ba, bum. Bum. Let's see, guys. Let's see what our openers right here are. Drone, Overlord, drone. Drone. Pool, okay, my man. Nice pool timing. Satch timing. The drone is a little bit late. I think, I don't know, maybe this is how Lambo's build goes. I'm not gonna judge him on. Okay, we get 4 links, okay. Fine. We'll see what the 4 links do. Where's the queen? Queen is a bit late. Like I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna judge this too much. Maybe this is how he plays or how he wants to play. I personally do not play like that, but queen should be in time for the Reaper anyway, so it should. The 4 links here. If you made 6 links, you could probably cancel the CC. 4 links, not so much. I feel like 4 links are like the worst amount you can build, because it's not enough to cancel the CC, but it's also not enough, but it's also just enough that you probably are going to lose out on a bit. 5 roaches are moving across the map. What else are we seeing here? Our Terran opponent completely shitting the bed, producing nothing, nowhere. Now it's so pretty. Like a little bit of a lull there in production. We have the 5 roaches. The 4 roaches and the Ravager. Yeah, this is the Lambo version, I think. Lambo's 3 MMR CVT build. Yeah, you're not. No. Don't. Okay, like, just clear the workers at the natural. In a situation like this, like, if you're going up here, I think he sees the tank come out, right? Like, just abandon ship here. You see the tank, either you know you can bile him, or you move down here and clear these SCVs and at least get a couple kills before you move home. This is a very defensive Terran opener anyway, so you're going to be fine. I mean, he gets the tech lab, but like, what is that gonna do? Like, the Terran, like, it costs the Terran as much as a Roach too, or even less, like 25-25. Rebuild that. Let's check the macro at home. So let's have our eyes on the Zerg player's macro here. He's mining a lot of gas. What are you going to use the gas for? Many drone, like, oh, you only need 16 drones in the main, I think you know, and you just forgot to set the rally to the natural. Are you taking the second gas? You're not spending your larva very efficiently. You're at 51 out of 76. I guess you were supply. Yeah, 4 overlords at once and the third base. Yeah, you just got completely supply blocked. Very bad on the injects. Injects, like, it's very important. Right now, if you play this properly, you should have 17 more drones. And you could, like, your lair should be done and you should have 17 more drones if you play this build properly. Or 15 more drones. Let's say 17. If you want to go 4 gas, 7. I mean, it's like nice crisis management to get the third base down, but your early attack didn't really. What did you say? I was able to force the turn into a defensive position. Yeah, but you also fucked your own economy. Now you're seeing the 2-base PC. You got the Spire on the way. Now you're building a Spine Crawler. You're seeing 2-base PC. Build some spores. Yeah, there we go. 6 spore crawlers. This is very good, very good, very good. Spam the queens, build the spores. Okay, you say bad micro here. This is fine. Like, your opponent is all inning you anyways. Move some drones from here over there. And just chill. Like, worst case you're going to lose your main, but I doubt that you will have corruptors out in time, I think. Where are they? Ah, wait. Oh, they're coming immediately. I was like, oh, are they sleeping? Ah, this is good, this is good. Very good. Okay. So at this point in the game, you have basically won. Right? You're way ahead right now. All you have to do is... Okay, you're building roaches? What for? Like, if you build... Like, just move across the map with them if you build them. Like, why are you building them? What are you scared of? You scouted your opponent. You know he has 1 factory, 1 barracks that you see is not producing. He has 2 tanks at home. And he has a 3rd command center. Maybe you didn't... if you see... Like, maybe you didn't see the 3rd command center, but... Are you building roaches right now instead of droning up your 3rd base when your opponent is trying to macro? You even see the 3rd command center. Like, you've seen everything, dude. Except the double armory with double factory. Like your opponent is just playing really greedy with PCs. But if you build units right now, you have to push across the map. You can't sit at home. And I would push across the map with everything, including the corruptors. Your spore crawlers are going to do more than fine. Because if he pushes across, if he teleports across the map, what is he going to do? Like, at worst he gets your lair, and then you just send your corruptors back home and kill his battle cruisers, and he loses the game. Because his entire army is basically battle cruisers, but you're giving him a lot of time to get back into the game right now. How could I have handled the BCs better? Your BC defense was completely fine. Like, I think you almost over-defended against them, but now you're pushing out. See, like, this attack that you make right here, you could have made this attack a lot earlier on. Here's a very, very easy rule in Starcraft. If you build a unit, and you build it to defend against something, and that attack isn't coming, attack with the unit. Yeah, well, I mean, when I said you handled the BCs well, I meant like earlier on. Like right now, you need like 20 corruptors. How many do you have? You got 11. You need like twice the amount that you have right now. You want at least like 4 corruptors per battle cruiser. Good. Because the cyclones also absolutely murder the corruptors. So and now you're making hydras. No. This is not good, dude. Like you want, what you want against this is Ravager Link Corruptor. If you make Ravager Link Corruptor, you could absolutely kill this. The weakness of the Cyclone is the Ling, and Ravagers provide, and then you want Hellions, right? So if you add Hellions, you need Ling Bane, Ravager, to deal with Hellbat, Cyclone, right? And then you add Corruptor to deal with the Battle Crew. But if you have any of those pieces missing, you are in a lot of trouble. Now you're making the Lings after just throwing away your Ling Hydra army. But your Lings don't have speed because you open the same way I do and make the same mistake where you're like, oh shit, I didn't actually get Ling speed at the 14-minute mark. Time for the 14-minute slow Ling timing. I make that mistake as well. But the key here is the counter to the Cyclone is the Ling, right? The counter to the Ling for mech player is the Hellbat. Or like a shitload of tanks, but like tanks are not that great against Lings. It's really Hellion and Hellbat. So you add Bane Lings to deal with the Hellbats, and then you want some steady DPS from afar, and the easier way to deal with any tanks or like to fire at Cyclones. That's where you add the Ravager. The Ravager deals well with Cyclones, tanks, and battle cruisers, because if you bile a battle cruiser while it's using Yamato, the battle cruiser dies. So you can kill battle cruisers that way. And then you want to add corruptors to deal with the battle cruisers itself, right? So your composition against this is Ling Bane Ravager. No. Don't throw the Banelings at the orbital and it was a misclick, I guess. That must have been a misclick. Is he gonna lift it? No, he's not lifting it. Dude, you're lucky. This is a slow Ling attack. Like, see now you're doing what I said you're doing wrong. You did right this time. You made your unit and you used them, right? Let's have a quick look at the units lost here. So your opponent loses. Your opponent loses less than you. Like, this is not a smart attack. But okay, like you stop his mining as well, and he doesn't have spare orbitals, so I guess it's okay. Like, let's say it's a good attack. Okay, I'll give you that. It was a good move. And you did what I said before, right? I said, if you build a unit, use it. If you have a fast unit, you want to move out on the map, and even if you see your opponent, look, okay, like, I have to go back right now, because this is very, very important. If your unit is faster than your opponent's units, like the Ravager, like, he's not gonna catch your Ravager with siege tanks, right? Unless he does unless something really weird happens. Okay, the PC defense here, yeah, you should have defended it a little bit better, but this is completely fine. Like, What you're supposed here, the mistake that you make is instead of building drones, like you overmade corruptors. That's still okay, but like the thing right now is, you know, your opponent attacked you with the double battle cruiser. He has 3 more battle cruisers. So actually, you didn't overmake corruptors. That's wrong. But the mistake that you make is you have all these ground units and you're not using them. Imagine if you just walk across with them right now. Like, you can shut down his third base. You can even attack his natural. Like, what is he going to do? If his battle cruisers are shooting at your corruptors, your Ling Ravager can easily take out the depot here, for example, or the barracks, and then break into the Terran space. And then you can start going ham at him. Imagine. And then your corruptors are shooting at the battle cruisers while he's losing SCVs, and all of a sudden you turn the game from a free base versus free base game into a what? Well, I mean, I wouldn't really call it. Okay, like you're just droning too slow. Like, first drone, then build units. Your units are faster than his, so they. Are you waiting for roach speed? No. You already had roach speed a long time. Yeah, you have roach speed. If you have roach speed, move out with your roaches. Don't let them stand at home. Your Terran opponent can't do anything against your roaches. Like, at worst, he's gonna try to chase them down with battle cruisers, but that's still a lot better than whatever it's going on right now. You have an overseer here that you... Well, now you're using it for scouting. You see the mass battle cruiser cycling, but... And now you're moving out. But this attack that you're making right now is an attack you could have made like 5 minutes ago. Not exactly 5, let's say 3 or 4 minutes ago. And it would have done the same, because I don't think your army actually got bigger in the last 4 minutes. You just built economy. Basically, I said this before in another replay analysis, because it's a mistake a lot of people make. And I played some lower league opponents as well. And a lot of the time I see them, they build their units and they just keep them at home. With Zerg, if you build an army, you have to use your army. But the thing is, you start using your army, but now it's like not the time to use your army. I like that you kill off his bases. If you had like a couple links over here at the same time as you attack this, you could have definitely done a lot of damage. But I'm curious how you're going to deal with the battle cruisers in the later stages right now. Yeah, let's go ahead. We already saw this move. Yeah, just go with the banings into the mineral line. Like, usually the Terran opponent will just lift the orbital anyways. You can blow up planetaries, but blowing up orbitals is very risky, because you basically just hope that your Terran opponent fucks up. Yeah, here we have the problem where the Cyclone actually just hunts down the Corruptor. Once the Corruptor count is diminished, you can kill them with battle cruisers. Are you getting Corruptor upgrades? Yeah, attack upgrades for Corruptors are very good. You're building 16 more Corruptors. That's what you want right now. I mean, you survive. What are you doing with the roaches? I only have like 2 left. Sending them across the map to die, I guess. I could have sent them here, gotten a couple SCV kills. Wouldn't have mattered too much anyway. But you're dealing with +3/+3 battle cruisers now, and you have +1 attack Corruptors. One trick that you can use against that's a cute move. It's a cute move, but now you lose the Corruptors, which makes it a not so good move. Didn't even know. Look at this, dude. Sorry. Want to highlight. Okay. That's not how you use Banelinks, dude. I mean, yeah, like you can do the like what you're doing here is what you do if you're way ahead and you want to force your opponent out. But if you're behind, you don't really want to throw away a lot of gas into Banelings, because then you just have the battle cruisers go across the map and kill you. You could have done the same thing just with links and then add gas, but yeah. Okay, here's just one more trick against them. So first, like there's like a couple tricks against species. Focus fire with Corruptors is what you already are doing. Then the Spore Crawlers was also good. if you have Ravagers and you see a Yamato is being cast, you can just cast Bile because the Bile will land before the battlecruiser can dodge. If a battlecruiser is casting a Yamato and you have a Viper, you can abduct the battlecruiser and it will cancel the Yamato. So the battlecruiser does basically no damage. It's like a stun lock for 3 seconds where he casts his Yamato, then he's flying towards the Viper and then he's probably already dead. The Vipers are very effective against battlecruisers. I just last night won a game against Skillers using the Corruptor Viper abduction ability on the battlecruisers to win. So yeah. Those are some of my tips for you. Hope they help you, dude. But yeah, I didn't scout. You said you didn't scout. I think your scouting and everything was okay. Like, you can definitely win from that position. Problem is just, like, use your units more effective. Anyways, guys, let's go to the last game. So the final game. Final game. Additional account 67, alias GuitGud, 3.6k MMR. This guy is playing 5 roaches into Lingbane into Ravager Lingbane. Against Terran. So basically what the other guy did, maybe we'll do it better. We'll see. Like, we're now going to see a 600 MMR difference in macrons. What you think went well, not dying. Okay. What you think went bad, scouting mech was late. Okay. I added the Roach Warren during the second wave. You added the Roach Warren? Didn't you open with 5 roaches? Okay, I don't know. Forgot to put drones in for gas for a while after I knew it was having gas for Hive. Adrenal. I'm not sure. I'm curious. Any questions you have regarding the game? I scouted that it was mech after his second wave. Hard to do. Okay, that happens to me too. Watch my stream, happens often enough. Hard to do it without an overseer and before I start my 1-1 melee character. In a normal game 1-1, it hits just after the lair, I think. Big strong. I can't really know if I could. Yeah, like most players are going for lair before they start their 1-1. I think a lot actually just start 1-1 after they already started the lair, unless they scout the 2-on-1 timing, which means unless they scout no aliens. We need spellcasters, maybe Vipers for Blinding Cloud. If he goes mass tanks, also Infestor, everything is under. I also going. Okay. And we will see how to know when I can drone versus mech or make upgrade. When it's mech, I always do a couple roaches or painted and then go 80. Usually go for big aim with this composition. Okay. Those are his questions. Now let's have a look at the replay. So we're seeing drone, overlord, gas, extractor trick, drone, pool. Okay. It's a bit wild. Gas hatch. Okay, yeah, this is basically how I open a gal. Guys who chat too much cheese, kill chat. Yes, so. Instead of cheese. Okay. Is he a roach farm here? 17 drones. Again, the 4 links. It's like Lambo suggesting that you go 4 links if you go for the roach pressure or what? I'm very confused. Like, why did we go like imagine if you had 6 links, you just kill the space. Like, Cyril also goes for 6 links with his pool versus Protoss. Either you go 2 links and just kill the SCV, or you go 6 links and kill the command center, but you don't go 4 links. Unless I like miss something. Okay, now we have the quad roach. Didn't he say 5 roach? He said 5 roaches. Oh, there's the 5th roach. Okay, we see some high ground. He loses the links. Kill the command center, dude. This is what you want. Like, you're going to be way ahead right now. Okay, there's a kind of late 3rd base. Should have started the 3rd base. Oh my god, he didn't kill the SCV. Dude, if you kill that command center, I think the game ends right there. The game doesn't end, but like, you're in a very good spot. This guy is flying his command center and it's burning. Okay. Guess. Sure, we get the lair on the way. Yeah, I could have started the lair a while ago. Like, you have so much money. Just bad at spending your money. Like everybody else that I can watch today. Seems like a running theme. Now you're building units. For no reason at all. Because, like, why do you need 10 links right now? Like, if you build units with Zerg, either attack or use them for defense, but you're not going to use these 10 links for defense because you see that your opponent is building bunkers, he has tanks, what is he gonna do? By the time your opponent moves out, you have more than enough time to get jet ready. Now is when you start producing. Look how much time you have. Now you're building... See, like, this makes no sense. Now you're building drones. You see your opponent is moving out, you made 10 links, you throw them away, and then you start building units. You need a couple roaches at home, like 4 or 5 roaches, so you can turn them into ravagers and you're completely fine. My god. What MMR is this? Sorry. 3.6k? Okay. If you had the roaches at home and turned them into ravages, this would have been such an easy hold. Or if you didn't throw away all your links, or if you pulled queens to the fight. How much do you even lose here, dude? You're at 53 workers. You pulled the queens to the fight, but what is this, dude? Like, where are your links now? Yeah, I guess you threw away all your links and then are taking a really weird fight here. Are you even fighting him off creep here? And you don't want him to siege up, I guess. But that was not a good fight. If you have like 5 units, the siege doesn't really affect you too much, you know. Like, you're just sending in your units one by one. Then he face tanks the banelings. All he had to do was move the marines at the back and he would have probably killed you right then and there. But yeah, you lose a lot there, but you're still way ahead. Because your Terran opponent... Does he lose workers? No. Nah, it's just like your Terran opponent is even more confused. But yeah, how do you scout this is mech? Well, now that you see the Hellions, you know it's mech, because there's no reason for him to build any Hellions past the first 4 Hellions early. Right? If you see 6 Hellions, you know it can be anything. But if after the 6 Hellions you see Hellions once again, you know it's mech. If you just poke a little bit, you'll probably figure out that it's mech quite fast. Now that you see the Hellions, you should of course know that it's mech. And you said you built a roach for it. Yeah, you are so lucky. You're so lucky he moved us. If he morphs those hellbats over here, he probably kills you. But... Oh! Now you're building a roach farm, but you already have a roach farm. And you cancel it. Yeah, I was really confused by that comment. Like, it's fine, dude. You all make that mistake. Completely fine. You're making some roaches to deal with him. You're still okay, dude. You're still okay. Like, your opponent mismicros his unit so much that you're actually still in this game. You're trying to spread creep, that's good. He has units there. What are you actually looking at? Like, your upgrades, like, +1 missile upgrades are not super important. Yeah, you said your gas is late, but I don't think your gas is gonna be that big of an issue here. I mean, yeah, having faster gases would have been great. Having gas in your main, it would also be great, because gas is very important against mech, but it's like not the end of the world that you're a bit... Okay, now you're starting to be very late though. Now you're going for a spire and you're not taking the gas. You're basically mining off 5 gases while having a theoretical 10 at your disposal. Definitely bad, yep. Especially because you're going, like, you could afford so many more Ravagers, which would help you a lot here. Gonna be a very yikes attack. I wouldn't do this, dude. I wouldn't. Maybe if you get good Baning connection. Fine, it actually goes fine. Bile them, please. Bile. Okay, no. Like, this is like the defensive position the Terran needs to defend on this map, and then it's kind of fine. You're kind of missing your timing to shut down his 4th, sadly. Didn't scout for that one. Yeah, but this is an easy cleanup. Send the links into the top. Yeah. Good. This is a very easy cleanup for you. Losing the base, but it's okay. In a good position here. You lost more resources, but this is okay. Now is your time to strike. Please attack him, dude. Spread your units a bit and go ahead. Yes, no, spread your Banes. All those Banelings are just dying for nothing. Yeah, you need to split your units a bit. You're 3.6k MMR, we can expect a little thing, a little bit of micro here, other than just a good old A move, you know. If you bile a unit, you don't have to attack it as well, you know, like the tank. Okay. But yeah, you're doing good. You're kind of killing him here. What you're producing at home, Lings, hatchery. Good. Getting the melee upgrade, adrenal glands. I'm not really sure why you're so why you were so adamant about the adrenal glands. I don't think it matters too much here, because your Lings are mostly dead by the time they start attacking anyways. It's really the Ravagers that are doing all your DPS, which is why having a good Ravager count is so important. Okay, this is gonna be yikes here. You're going to eat some tank shells. This is like, the tank is firing at you all the way around. Okay, now the Banelings should go to the Hellions. Oh, this is nice. You actually get a catch in them. Send some Lings to clear the tanks and then attack this with the rest of your army. Yeah, this is what you want. Not the Banelings. Ah, okay. It's fine. Tank friendly fire there. We're good. Getting the Pathogen Glands upgrades. You're spending your money well, that's nice. Like, what we saw from a lot of the lower level replays is that they had a lot of trouble spending their money. You're actually doing a really good job spending your money. I mean, it's maybe not always the most effective, but it's as long as you just spend your money well, like you're in a really good position. I think you're gonna crush this guy, right? I think this is actually a win replay here. No? You should win this. Like, now you're making a Viper, Lynx, and you're just gonna kill him. What is he gonna do? You're up 100 supply, you can't win, you can't lose it. There's no eco, nothing. Yeah, your Lings are going ham. Yeah, you win this. This guy sends in a replay where he wins asking for advice. How BM? Okay. He said, I scouted I was mech after a second wave. I think that's completely fine. If you poke a little bit, as I said, if you see more than like 6 Hellions, it's you mech. Because like most other builds have to stop with the Hellion. Do we need spellcasters with this comp? Well, if you go Cyclone heavy, a good old Infestor Fungal can help you. Like the Battle Mech. If you go tank heavy, Vipers are very good with Blinding Clouds. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't have to, but it would help you a lot. Like some a Blinding Cloud here, and then you attack means basically half of his army doesn't do anything. But if you struggle with using the Vipers, you don't really have to get them. As long as you just take good Ravager Ling Bane fights, you can overpower it regardless. Infestor Neural is more so against the 4 battlecruiser composition where you want to neural all the 4s. Not that good against the siege tank mech. The siege tanks will shell your infestors to death. But if you can pull it off, that's also great. But I think Vipers are easier to use. How do I know when I can drone versus mech or make an army or make upgrades? Since mech I will still couple and defend, go to 88 drones as fast as I can. I think you did a good, you think you played it really well this game. The only problem that we had was like early on when you made these links and then don't do anything with them. Even though your opponent, you see your opponent is turtling with double tank, double bunker, and you're making links. I guess you then if you, why do you throw the links away here? Are you not looking at it? Yeah, like you're looking at your links and you're just throwing them away. Like if you have these links in the defense, I think you're completely fine. And yeah, of course you need the gases faster, right? The gases were a huge issue. Yeah, like you send the links and then yeah, you just like you look at them dying, dude, that's not good, obviously. And here, like if you see the push out, immediately turn them into Ravagers. Like you need Ravagers here. If you have 3 Ravagers, it's going to be a lot easier. And you don't want to go off creep. Like I don't understand the going off creep move here. Like your opponent has quite a strong army. This early on in the game. Actually, it's a 7-minute mark. It's not really a strong army for the 7-minute mark, but you know what I mean. Then like if you see the attack is coming and you feel like, I cannot hold it, immediately pull the drones. Like you did pull the drones, but it was a bit too late. You could have saved like 10 more workers there and then you would have been in a really good position. But yeah. And like in the fights, I would suggest that you split your banelings a little bit more, so like they don't just go in one huge clump. Because then all the Terran has to do is right click on your banelings with his siege tank, like shift and all the banelings are dead. Because it takes like 1 shell of every tank to kill all the banelings. Like you want to split your units a bit, like you split them. You want to split them to the left and right, or maybe even come from here with a couple links, and not split them to the front and back, like you did right there. Right. And then you need 3 biles for a tank and not 10 biles. But yeah, it's like details. It matters of course, but I think overall, hard to tell you too much that went wrong, because you obviously won the game. Always a lot of things you can improve on. Yeah, guys, that was that. Hope you enjoyed your analysis. Hope I could help you guys a little bit, and I'll see you guys next time. Yep.